Yeah, Israel. Yeah. Sunrise to sunset. That's how we living. Yeah. Sabbath living. Sabbath living. From the sunrise we ain't missing. Sabbath living. Sabbath living. To the sunset we ain't slipping. Got the family all together. Got the scripture making better. This the day we set apart. Keep it pure straight from the heart. Sabbath day, we in the building. Sun up high, that's how we living. Breaking bread with all my kinsmen. Study group, yeah, we ain't kidding. Laws on deck, we really living. 6 days past, now we different. Rest command, yeah, we get it. Kingdom rules, can't resist it. Sunrise, start, mind elevated. 6 days done, we celebrated. Food prepared, anticipated. Nations work, we separated. Scripture strong, concentration. Royal rest, no hesitation. This our weekly dedication. Building up the righteous nation. Real Hebrew. Saturday sun up, now we resting. Real Hebrew. Prepared the food, now we blessings. Real Hebrew. Scripture study while we testing. Real Hebrew. Till the sunset, that's the message. No transactions, that's the law though. No employment, read the Torah. Rest command, that's what we saw though. Teaching truth is what we for though. Family time, we keep it sacred. Every week can't be replaced, kid. Nation see how we make it. Kingdom life, yeah, we embrace it. Sun is high, we all assemble. Reading Psalms until we tremble. Got the youth all in the temple. Setting forth the right example. Laws of rest bring elevation. Building up the congregation. This all our weekly observation. Kingdom rules, no deviation. Sabbath living, Sabbath living. From the sunrise we ain't missing. Nah, Sabbath living, Sabbath living. Till the sunset we ain't slipping. Food's prepared since yesterday though. All the clean and done we say though. Now we rest in proper way though. Till the sun sets, that's the way though. Got my sons all in the cipher. Teaching daughters getting wiser. Kingdom lessons getting riper. Truth is making minds get brighter. Hours passing, still we study. Nations working while we budding. Scripture knowledge, we ain't fronting. Future kings, yeah, we becoming. Every week that sets the pattern for the kingdom that's been written. When we rule without the Latin, watch these nations start submitting. Young Israel. Sunrise to sunset, that's how we living. Real Hebrews.
Happy Sabbath! Happy Sabbath. Happy Sabbath. To the 12 tribes of Israel scattered worldwide. Welcome back. I miss y'all, family. I missed you. I was healing though, but I'm good now. I'm good. I'm better than good. I'm amazing. Hope you guys had a great week. Hope you guys have been having a great Sabbath. So today, my family, what are we going to talk about? What we got to talk about? Well, let's see here. Exodus 18. That's what we're talking about. But before we talk about that, family, have y'all been seeing what's going on in the world today? Have you seen what the Most High has been doing? Do you see the tensions getting stronger? Getting more pronounced among the nations? Have you seen it? He killed that Charlie Kirk dude that riled up the white folks, hung them niggas in Mississippi. Well, at least one of them was. I don't know about the other one. riling up the black folks. When I kept on telling y'all there's going to be a civil war, it's going to be a civil war. That's what's going to happen, family. A civil war is on the way. Mm-hmm. The pieces are in place. The question is, where are you going to be at when it happens? Are you going to get caught up in it like the majority of these Israelites? Or are you going to be hid away under the protection of the Most High Himself? You got to ask yourself that question. When things hit the fan, where will you and your family be? So as we get into this Exodus 18, family, let me say this here. 2025 is here. We know this. And we got our people scattered from the slums of Sao Paulo to the projects of Chicago, to the ghettos of London, to the refugee camps in Sudan, all the way to the blasted sugarcane fields in Jamaica. One nation, one people, going through the same damn hell because we are the same stiff-necked people Moses had to deal with. Don't lie to yourself. History repeats itself. And you ain't gotta like it for it to be true. Now we're gonna step into this Exodus chapter 18. And this thing is rich, y'all. And I'm not rushing through it. Y'all know I like to take my time. So let's get started with the first section. Verses 1 through 6. When Jethro, the priest of Midian, Moses' father-in-law, heard of all that Yah had done for Moses and for Israel, his people, and that Yah had brought Israel out of Egypt, then Jethro, Moses' father-in-law, took Zipporah, Moses' wife, after he had sent her back, and her 2 sons, of which the name of the one was Gershom. For he said, I have been an alien in a strange land. And the name of the other was Eliezer. For the God of my father, said he, was mine help, and delivered me from the sword of Pharaoh. And Jethro, Moses' father-in-law, came with his sons and his wife unto Moses into the wilderness, where he encamped at the mount of Yah. And he said unto Moses, I, thy father-in-law, come unto thee, and thy wife, and her 2 sons with her. So verse 1 here, family, let's break it down. Out the gate, right out the gate, look what's happening. Other people are watching what the Most High does for Israel. Don't get it twisted though, family. This whole book, front to back, is about us, Israel. Don't let these heathen out there today tell you any different. It's about what he does for us, not what he does for every warm body walking around planet Earth. And here you got Jethro, a Midianite, not even an Israelite, hearing about the mighty works of the Most High for his people. Family, it's the same thing today. The whole damn world knows about us and watches us closer than they watch their own children. They saw us come out of chattel slavery. They saw us rise up with civil rights. They saw us invent, sing, shout, build, march, and survive every damn system they set up against us. They know the God of Israel is with us, even while we are out here acting like some damn fools, chasing their religions, their money, their politics, and their idols. Heathens are always watching you, family, even if you think they don't. That's why the cops know they can pull a trigger on a black man and won't nobody bat an eye. That's why in France right now, the Africans from Mali and Senegal are flooding the streets. And the French can't stand them, but damn sure profit off of them. They know you are special. They know you are chosen. They're just waiting for you to never figure it out. Deuteronomy 4, 6 and 7. Keep therefore and do them. For this is your wisdom and your understanding in the sight of the nations, which shall hear all these statutes and say, surely this great nation is a wise and understanding people. For what nation is there so great, who hath Yah so nigh unto them? The nations, family, are supposed to sit in awe, looking at what the Most High does for us. Exodus 18 is proof. It already happened before. And it's happening again right now. Verses 2 and 4. Now here's what some of y'all better sit up straight and look close. Look at this. Moses wipes the poor and his kids are introduced again. Gershom and Eliezer. Gershom's name means I've been an alien in a strange name. Ain't that Negro history in a nutshell, family? That's why you are sitting in Brazil and calling yourself Afro-Brazilian. Like you really part Portuguese. That's why in America, you running around calling yourself African American like you got two daddies. No, goddammit. You've been an alien in a strange land since they dragged our asses off the west coast of Africa and called it the transatlantic slave trade. Gershom is you. It's your kids. It's a whole history. And then you got Eliezer, his name means Yah is my help and delivered me from Pharaoh's sword. Our survival is Eliezer. Let's not lie. The entire world has built systems to kill us. That is truth. We know this. From Pharaoh swinging the whip, to the colonial governments cutting off hands in the Congo, to Jim Crow lynching trees, to modern day police bullets, and Kenyan police shooting protesters in Nairobi. Yet somehow we are still here. You hear what I'm saying, family? We are Eliezer. Walking, talking, and breathing. Because no weapon formed against us shall prosper. Pharaoh tried to stump us out. White supremacy tried to stump us out. Colonialism tried. Every damn nation under the sun tried, and yet Eliezer, Yah was our help. He delivered us from the hand of Pharaoh. So don't you let none of these crackers in these other nations stand up in your church telling you Yahusha loves everybody. Like your story ain't unique. Yah loves Israel. And he proved it every damn century we have survived. So 5 and 6. Jethro shows up with Moses' wife and sons. And I need y'all to peep this symbolism right here. Watch this. Moses is in the wilderness, right? Freshly out of Egypt. Israel ain't even at the promised land yet. Already tired. Already dealing with problems. And here comes his family reconnecting with him. That's a sign for us, scattered Israel today. Right now, a lot of families are broken up from centuries of slavery, separation, migration, You got brothers in Nigeria that don't even know their cousins in Baltimore are Israelites too. You got sisters in Trinidad that don't know their family line is tied to brothers in Ghana. We are Moses right now in the wilderness, and the Most High is in the process of bringing the family back together again. Why do you think in 2025 people are flocking to DNA test, family? Why y'all think that? Ancestry studies, cultural roots festivals. Why this sudden hunger to know where do I come from? That's prophecy. Ezekiel 37, Israel's bones coming back together. But don't get it wrong here, family. You don't need some white man's DNA kit to tell you who the hell you are. You are Israel because you fit the curses of Deuteronomy 28. Period. Your existence screams it. And just like Moses embraced his family again in the wilderness, we're going to see our people come back together from Africa, the Americas, Europe, and the islands. Jeremiah 30:3 says, "For lo, the days come, saith Yah, that I will bring again the captivity of my people, Israel and Judah, saith Yah. And I will cause them to return to the land that I gave to their fathers, and they shall possess it." It's coming, family. The reunion is already starting. Jethro's little caravan is a sign of our big reunion at the end of this age. And guess what? It's closer than you think. Just look outside, family. So let's move on to section 2, verses 7 through 12 here, family. Which is thick with meat. No milk here. We tipping the whole cow over, slicing it, grilling it, and tossing it on your plate. We left off with Jethro walking up with Moses' family, right? Now watch this next piece of story, family, because it gets real fast. 7 through 12. And Moses went out to meet his father-in-law, and did obeisance, and kissed them, and they asked each other of their welfare. And they came into the tent, and Moses told his father-in-law all that Yah had done unto Pharaoh, and to the Egyptians for Israel's sake, and all the travail that had come upon them by the way, and how Yah delivered them. And Jethro rejoiced for all the goodness which Yah had done to Israel, whom he had delivered out of the hand of the Egyptians. And Jethro said, "Blessed be Yah, who had delivered you out of the hand of the Egyptians, and out of the hand of Pharaoh, who had delivered the people from under the hand of the Egyptians. Now I know that Yah is greater than all gods, for in the thing wherein they dealt proudly, he was above them." And Jethro, Moses' father-in-law, took a burnt offering and sacrifices for Yah. And Aaron came, and all the elders of Israel, to eat bread with Moses' father-in-law before Yah. So verse 7 here. Moses is the man right now, as we know. He's a chosen prophet. Just came out of Egypt, destroying whole kingdoms through the power of the Most High. And guess what he does? He bows down and greets his father-in-law with respect. Lesson number 1. We got to stop treating one another like trash, family. You're quick to bow your head to your boss at work, say yes ma'am to the white lady at HR, or smile at the immigration officer when he got his boot on your back. But when it comes to your own people, you roll your eyes. You size up your brother for his sneakers. You disrespect your elders. That ain't the spirit Moses had. Now humility don't mean weakness. Don't get it twisted, family. Moses respected his family in the natural because he knew his strength comes from the spiritual. Black folk around the world lost that art today. We don't know how to honor fatherhood, motherhood, or family ties anymore. This every man for himself garbage we learn from Babylon destroys us. Look at Leviticus 19:32. Thou shalt rise up before the hoary head and honor the face of the old man and fear thy Yah. You respect your people because it shows you respect Yah who created them. Period. So verse 8 here, Moses repeated the testimony. Why? Because storytelling keeps your identity alive. Now we're in 2025 now, stay with me. And who tells your story? MTV, CNN, Hollywood, the damn History Channel with Morgan Freeman's voice narrating lies. If we don't tell our children this is what Yah did for us, then somebody else will. And they'll write you right out the narrative. That's what slavery did. Erase the testimony. Look at us now. Our people in Brazil can name who led the Portuguese Navy, but got no clue about Zumbi dos Palmeiras. Brothers in Jamaica know Christopher Columbus, but can't tell you the first maroon leader. Ask an African American about World War I, and he'll tell you Europe's version before he mentions his own great-granddad who got shipped there as cannon fodder. That's by design, family. So Moses retelling the Exodus story is the same thing Grandma was doing when she sat on the porch talking about we survived Jim Crow, baby. Her testimony is your anchor. As it says in Psalm 78:4, we will not hide them from their children, showing to the generation to come the praises of Yah and his strength and his wonderful works that he hath done. Israel, I'm telling you to tell your children what he brought us through. Egypt, slavery, colonialism, lynchings, police brutality. Tell the story because your testimony is your weapon. That way when your kids go to school with all these other nations, they'll know why they are hated and not come home crying to you because the other kids didn't want to play with them. And now you on social media trying to get some advice when the advice is staring at you right in this goddamn Bible that you and your family ignore on a daily basis. So verse 9 and 10, Jethro rejoices. Even those outside nations, family, recognize the greatness when they see it. Don't play. Deep down, they know who we are. They ain't gonna tell you. The world has always rejoiced when Israel had power. But watch the fine print. Everybody wants to praise our Elohim when he's doing miracles for you. But ain't none of them volunteering to walk through that Red Sea with you. You catch that, family? Jethro wasn't in captivity with Israel. He just enjoyed the good news from outside the suffering. Think about every time in history, family, white folks or Arabs or whoever look at us and say, wow, how resilient those Negroes are. Look at their music, their art, their struggle. They clap for you while you bleeding. They profit off your trauma. They pat you on the back for surviving ghettos they designed. You the entertainment, they the audience. Church folks, they love this fake, oh, we all rejoice with you. Nah. Check that shit. They rejoice at the miracle, but won't share the burden of the struggle. They want the rhythm, but none of the blues. Family, do you understand what is being said here? Verse 11 here. This is the climax. Jethro flat out says, now I know your Elohim is greater than all gods. He saw proof. When will you know that your Elohim is greater than the gods of these nations, family? When? How much proof does the Most High gotta put in front of you? You still walking around with a goddamn cross in your neck like Roman Caesar saved you. You still bowing to Islam like an Arab cares if you starve in Harlem. You still meditating with Hindu chants while India calls your African skin untouchable. The Most High is telling you to wake the fuck up. Jethro saw one story and knew Yah is greater. You got centuries of stories. Middle Passage, rebellions, uprisings, Martinique to Montgomery, and still doubting, black people. Isaiah 45:5 says, I am Yah, and there is none else. There is no God beside me. The Most High ain't Allah, Krishna, Buddha, Muhammad, Mary, Easter Bunny, or Santa Claus. He is the God of Israel. Until your black ass accept it, you are Jethro on the outside clapping, but not Israel on the inside, inheriting the promises. Whew! Do you feel that? I feel it. I feel it. Verse 12 here. Jethro sacrifices to Yah and then sits in fellowship with Aaron and the elders. So even strangers can honor your Elohim, but that don't make them Israel. That's the key. Jethro offering a sacrifice didn't rewrite his genealogy. He was still Midian. He just respected the Most High and acknowledged his power. But the covenant, the inheritance, the promises, they still belong to us. Nations eat off our table. They sing our songs, wear our fashion, copy our slang, jack our dances, take our sports. But Jackie, they still ain't you. They get inspired by your survival story, but they will never inherit what the Most High promised you. Don't confuse admiration with adoption, family. That's what the Christians love to do. So you check that shit each time they say that nonsense. You can be on the outside and acknowledge our Elohim, but you will never be us, heathen. So let's press on, family. Let's keep it going. Verses 13 through 16 here. So this part here is about to hit too close to home, family. Some of y'all gonna sit there like, dang, he reading my mail. I'm gonna put a mirror up to you right now, family. Because I ain't reading your mail. I'm reading your Bible and showing where your life is acting it out like a rerun TV show. So let's get into section 3, 13 through 16. And it came to pass on the morrow that Moses sat to judge the people. And the people stood by Moses from the morning until the evening. And when Moses' father-in-law saw all that he did to the people, he said, What is this thing that thou doest to the people? Why sittest thou thyself alone? And all the people stand by thee from morning unto evening. And Moses said unto his father-in-law, Because the people come unto me to inquire of Yah. When they have a matter, they come unto me, and I judge between one and another. And I do make them know the statutes of Yah and his laws. So verse 13, Moses burned out. Visualize this, family. Moses out there from sun up to sundown. Every Israelite problem running across his table. Brother arguing over land, Moses. Sister arguing with a husband, Moses. Somebody stole a goat, Moses. Somebody don't like how they neighbor look, Moses. Bro can't get no lunch break. He got no coffee break. Not even a time to stretch. This is Black Leadership 101, family. Sound familiar? Look at our black leaders throughout history. Marcus Garvey, Martin Luther King, Kwame Nkrumah, Patrice Lumumba. They burned out because they were trying to carry an entire damn nation on their back. Everybody wanted counseling, solutions, judging, justice. And when things didn't go right, who do the people blame? Straight to the leader's throat. We got the same damn mindset today. At churches, folks expect the pastor to solve everybody's financial problems, marriage problems, teenage delinquency, and organize the food pantry. In the hood, one black activist supposed to take on the government, the police, the gangs, and keep the kids from starving. Some of y'all treating your mama like Moses. Every time your life breaks down, you dump it in her lap. Meanwhile, she working doubles, exhausted, praying just to keep your lights on. Guess what, family? Nobody can carry all Israel alone. Not now, not then. Numbers 11-14 says, Moses himself said, I am not able to bear all this people alone, because it is too heavy for me. Y'all hear that, family? Plain and simple, baby. So verse 14 here, Jethro sees this madness and says, what the hell are you doing, my boy? Why are you sitting here doing everything by yourself? The lesson that the Most High wants you to learn right here is that sometimes it takes an outside voice to tell us you're killing yourself for nothing. That's wisdom, family, not weakness. See, a lot of us confuse martyrdom, that's that taking on suffering for yourself, with leadership. If I don't do it, nobody will. Nah, Negro. That's foolishness. That's slavery mentality taking or talking. That I gotta be Superman for my people is why we bury our men early with strokes, heart attacks, diabetes, stress. Why are women worn down, holding whole communities up till their backs break? Leaders kill themselves trying to play Moses 24/7 instead of organizing the people to share the load. You gotta share the load, baby. That's what most are trying to get y'all to understand. Stop doing everything by yourself. Share the load. So verse 15 here, Moses says, because the people come unto me to inquire of Yah. Now this is deep here, family. Stay with me. Essentially, they trusted Moses more than they trusted their own connection to the Most High. Woo! Catch it, family. I hope you caught it. They came to Moses for Yah instead of them studying, praying, practicing, and living the commandments themselves. Lazy ass niggas. Don't talk like that ain't happening today, family. That's some of y'all with pastors, imams, priests, or your favorite African YouTube guru. You got more faith in some man's interpretation than you do in praying and opening the scriptures yourself. You can't live hand-me-down spirituality forever, family. You got to study, seek, and bear the responsibility of following the Most High. Otherwise, the Moses in your life gonna collapse under the weight of your apathy. 2 Timothy 2:15 tells you, Paul says, study to shew thyself approved unto Yah, a workman that needeth not to be ashamed, rightly dividing the word of truth. So stop running to everybody else for answers. Learn to walk this whole thing out for yourself. So verse 16 here, Moses ain't just listening to sob stories. He is literally teaching them the statutes and laws of Yah. That's why the people kept coming, because Moses was the only mouthpiece they trusted to explain the way of the Most High. Today, we've lost this structure among our people. Instead of going to the Word, y'all consulting Facebook groups, Instagram therapists, horoscope readers, or some YouTuber flexing in front of a rented Lamborghini. Y'all would rather check what Kanye West or TikTok prophets say than what the Word says. You're running anybody with flashy labels except the Most High himself. And no wonder Moses got no break. You put all your faith in personalities instead of the scriptures themselves. That's your problem, black folk. You're too lazy to do the work yourself, so you outsource it to somebody else. Even in the Israelite community, we still do that. We don't read the book. Ain't no different than Christianity. Them going to church. Y'all come to Sabbath class and everything like that. Y'all ain't read the book throughout the week. And y'all depending on this man of Israel before you to tell you everything. But family, I'm letting you know, I'm still learning myself. So if I got the balls to go in this book and learn, then your ass got the balls to go in this book and learn too. So stop being lazy and get your ass to work. The power was never meant to stay in the hands of one man. The whole nation was supposed to know Yah's laws and live by them. The way the community judges itself with truth, not by waiting in line at Moses' door like it's the damn DMV. So how do we see that today? Look at Africa. Right now in Ghana, Nigeria, and Kenya, people still run to prophets or men of God for every problem, handing over their money, waiting on some man to solve their problems instead of investing in themselves with the Word. Right over here in America, you got black communities leaning on a few tired activists or politicians and wondering why nothing changes. Over there in Europe, in the UK, Israelites packed into immigrant housing, waiting for one community leader to be their voice, while nobody else lifts a damn finger. We out here in 2025, still living like Israelites in the wilderness, dumping our burdens on one man while refusing to stand up ourselves. You lazy, no good motherfuckers. Yes, sir, I said it. Get mad, don't care. Like depending on a smart kid in school, cheating off his test instead of studying yourself and knowing the answers for yourself. Y'all still acting the same way as adults. Y'all didn't change. Y'all still some grown-up toddlers. Y'all knows it. You know it deep down. Everybody else knows it too. The world see us. Instead of policing yourself in your neighborhood, you waiting for the white people to police you. Or the other nations to make laws to police you. Crazy. So we keep moving though, section 4 here, verses 17 to 23. And see how Jethro schools Moses and us on leadership. 17. And Moses, his father-in-law, said unto him, the thing that thou doest is not good. Thou wilt surely wear away, both thou and this people that is with thee. For this thing is too heavy for thee. thou art not able to perform it thyself alone. Hearken now unto my voice. I will give thee counsel, and Yah shall be with thee. Be thou for the people to Yahweh, that thou mayest bring the causes unto Yah. And thou shalt teach them ordinances and laws, and shalt shew them the way wherein they must walk, and the work that they must do. Moreover, thou shalt provide out of all the people able men, such as fear Yah, men of truth, hating covetousness, and placing such over them, to be rulers of thousands, and rulers of hundreds, rulers of fifties, and rulers of tens. And let them judge the people at all seasons. And it shall be that every great matter they shall bring unto thee, but every small matter they themselves shall judge. So shall it be easier for thyself, and they shall bear the burden with thee. If thou shalt do this thing, and Yah command thee so, then thou shalt be able to endure, and all this people shall also go to their place in peace. Giving out wisdom. Let's start with verse 17, 18 here. He said, the way you doing this ain't good. Period. No sugarcoating, no encouragement card, just flat out correction. And he tells the truth. You're going to wear yourself out, and you're going to wear out the people too. Let that sink in, because today, family, we doing the same thing across our communities around the globe. My fault, around this flat earth. Burning out leaders and making the people restless. Why? Because we don't know how to structure ourselves. Our movements collapse because they depend on one charismatic speaker. What happens when the state kills him? Gone. Our churches collapse when pastor dies because nobody else knows the scriptures for themselves. Our households collapse when mama breaks down because nobody trained the kids or daddy to step up. Jethro is saying, you can't carry the load of Israel on your back alone. You'll die early, and the people you're trying to help will still be lost. Stop running your life like you the Messiah, Negro. Ecclesiastes 4, 9 through 10 says, 2 are better than 1. For if they fall, the one will lift up his fellow. But woe to him that is alone when he falleth, for he has not another to help him up. Even Solomon knew this. Lone Ranger crap ain't godly. It's suicide. Burn that in your skulls, Negroes. You ain't no lone alpha wolf. We are a community. We are supposed to stick together. We're supposed to spread the burden amongst ourselves and stop being lazy. But I know that's hard. I know that's hard when you're sitting up in the house with all them TVs, video game system, thousands of channels, AC, all that food in the fridge. I know it's hard to get up all your ass and work. I know it's hard, but the Most High demands it. He commands it so. So get to work. 19 through 20 here. Jethro says, look, man, your role ain't to solve every issue. Your role is to stand between the people and Yah, to lead them spiritually, show them the ordinances, the laws, and how to live. Teach them the path. Let them walk it too. Now let me bring that to y'all today. Black leaders today got dragged so deep into politics and protests, they forgot their real role, spiritual direction. Instead of telling Israel, this is the way, walk ye in it, from Isaiah 30 and 21, leaders end up being glorified social workers, babysitters, or clout chasers. Parents, your job ain't just to pay bills. It's to teach your children how to walk in the truth. If you only feed your kids sneakers and TikTok dances, but you don't feed them commandments, you raising slaves, not Israelites. Understand that. Pastors and teachers, your job ain't hosting endless church conferences. It's teaching the statutes, ordinances, and laws of the Most High. That's the meat. Everything else is noise. That's your only job. But y'all have lost sight of that. You have lost all meaning of what you were supposed to do. See, the blueprint is laid out, family. Leaders teach laws. The people live them. Then the nation prospers. As it says in Deuteronomy 6 and 7, and thou shalt teach them diligently unto thy children, and shalt talk of them when thou sittest in thine house, and when thou walkest by the way, and when thou liest down, and when thou risest up. This whole heritage, family, collapses when the teaching disappears. If they don't know what you know, then how are they supposed to pass on the knowledge? If they don't have the knowledge, it's going to die with you, Negro. That's why it's important to tell the people of your knowledge and not sit on it like a hen sits on the egg. No, sir. You're supposed to share the talent. That's what the parable of the talent is all about. Putting your talents that the Most High gave you to work and teaching the people and showing them the truth. Not hoarding knowledge like Scrooge McDuck had all that gold in his vault. You're supposed to freely give it out and show the people what the Most High has shown you. So verse 21 is the highlight of this particular section. It says, moreover, thou shalt provide out of all the people able men, such as fear Yah, men of truth, hating covetousness. Jethro lays out the real leadership qualifications. Able men, folks who can actually handle responsibility, not lazy, not weak. Fear Yah, spiritual integrity. They don't just carry titles, they walk in the commandments. Men of truth, not liars, deceivers, or manipulators, like the majority of you Israelites are today. And they hate covetousness. Can't be greedy, money hustling crooks. That just took out another portion of you Israelites out there today. You guys are not fit for your position today, T.D. Jakes, Creflo Dollar, and the rest of you Israelite preachers. You are not fit for your position, according to this verse right here. And then on top of that, he structures them. He says rulers of thousands, hundreds, fifties, and tens. That's breakdown, organization, levels of accountability. Family, this is the original black governance system. Right here, this is how we are supposed to be. Long before democracy or parliament or courts. Long before all of that. This was Israel's way. Fear Yah, walk in truth, organize the people. Now think modern today, family. Instead of 200 pastors living like rap stars, we need righteous leaders who hate covetousness. AKA, they ain't milking you for your last paycheck. I.e., niggas like me and others like me who don't give a shit about the money. Who don't give a shit about the cars, the jets, and the lifestyle. We just want to teach you truth. That's the structure the Most High looking for. Instead of black politicians that sell you out for a seat at Babylon's table, we need leaders who fear Yah more than they fear losing campaign donations. Whew. That eliminates all the black politicians, by the way. Instead of community leaders craving clout and selfies. We need organizers who step in with biblical authority and structure. But do we want that today? Do we? Absolutely not. Most Negroes want celebrities running their communities. They trust Beyonce more than a God-fearing elder. They trust a rapper more than the scriptures. Then we wonder why our systems collapse every election cycle. And we still got Israelites who know they're Israelites and they still worship these celebrities. They still do it, family. Don't think Yah ain't looking at you. He see you still put these celebrities over your brother and sister. He see it. You ain't slick. So verse 22 now, he says, and let them judge the people at all seasons. Bring the hard stuff to you, deal with the little stuff themselves. That is efficiency, family. Spread the load. Don't call your leader for every little flare-up. Handle the small disputes locally. Only the major issues get bumped up. That way, the leader ain't drowning in nonsense and the people learn responsibility. That goes for you, Africa. Stop expecting one revolutionary to overturn 400 years of exploitation. Each local community in Africa has to stand up to corruption. Don't wait for a Mandela or a Sankara every century. Do the work yourself. For the Caribbean and you Latin American countries out there, you Israelites there, stop waiting until the IMF or UN screws you before you act. Local leaders got to put structure in place in their own community. Stop begging these white people to help you. Fend for yourself under the guidance of the Most High. These devils cannot save you. They will not save you. Only Yah can save you. Y'all need to understand that fact. For right here in America where I'm at, and to Europe where my other black brothers and sisters are, we got to stop blowing up one activist inbox every time our city goes left. Organize, family. Spread the work. A leader can't run the block, city, and the suburb at the same time. Y'all gonna have to structure yourselves. Put this person ahead of this. Put this person ahead of that. Put this person ahead of this. Put that person ahead of that. And so on and so forth. Across the board. Across the world. That's how we gonna win this fight. That's how we gonna rise up, family. When we put ourselves in Yah's order. This is why movements die, family. You're wearing out the few people while the many sit on their behinds. Black people as a whole, collective responsibility is our salvation. Look at Galatians 6:2. Look what Paul says. Bear ye one another's burdens and so fulfill the law of Christ. The Most High wants us together, not separate. He wants you to do your own part, not sit there and let somebody else do your part. Get your lazy ass up and do what you got to do to help out the nation. Instead of watching one person break under the weight, share the damn load. Plain, simple, easy. Do you get it, Negroes? Do you get it? Verse 23. Finally, Jethro says, Moses, if you set this up, you're going to endure. And the people, they'll go in peace. See how simple it is, family? Order keeps the leader alive and keeps the people happy. Disorder kills the leader and frustrates the whole nation. This ain't just the Bible, family. It's common sense we've ignored for centuries. Which is why every time one black leader rises, they either get assassinated, exiled, or destroyed. And what does the nation do? Collapse back into confusion because we never set up levels of righteous leaderships. And don't you think the nations know this? They know we disorganized. They say, hey man, all you gotta do is kill that man right there, kill the head of the snake. Boom, that's it. That's gonna be the end of that movement. Boom. But when you got structure, they could kill the head of the snake if they want to. But guess what? The body of the snake's still moving. Because we got other leaders who are going to take up the next role. They're going to fulfill. And we're just going to move up and up and up. We got somebody else that can take the helm. And somebody else that can replace him. And somebody else that can replace that other person. And somebody else that can replace that other person. So on and so forth. Down the line. How can they kill a movement like that? Like a hydra. You can't kill a hydra, family. You kill one head, another head sprout up. That's how we need to be. You can kill one leader all you want to, but we're going to show these nations, you can kill us all you want. Somebody else going to take up our mantle. Once they understand that, the nations won't fuck with us no more. Guaranteed. And the people will go in peace. But until we have structure, we're going to keep continuing to be in disorder. And all the movements, all the uprisings are going to fail every single time. Jethro's blueprint here, family, is screaming at us today. This is how Israel survives. Teach the people the law. Appoint righteous leaders. Spread the burden. And the nation gets peace. Do y'all get it? Is it making sense? Is it too difficult for you to understand, Israel? Well, let's bring this thing on home. Section 5 here. Just going to show Moses swallowing his pride and obeying good counsel, a rare quality for our people today. So let's read it. So Moses hearkened to the voice of his father and did all that he had said. And Moses chose able men out of Israel and made them heads over the people, rulers of thousands, rulers of hundreds, rulers of fifties, and rulers of tens. And they judged the people at all seasons. The hard causes they brought unto Moses, but every small matter they judged themselves. And Moses let his father-in-law depart, and he went his way into his own land. So verse 24, Moses actually listened. He hearkened. That's the punchline right there, family. Don't run past it. Moses, the man who literally walked out of Egypt, smashing gods, splitting seas, crashing armies, sat down and actually listened to advice. And not just listened, but executed them. Jethro said, do it. Moses swallowed his pride and put it into practice. Family, that is textbook humility. He could have flexed, hey, I'll talk to y'all face to face. Who the hell are you, Jethro, to tell me how to run my nation? But no, he did not do that. He heard wisdom when it spoke and adjusted. Now contrast this with how we run leadership today. African presidents running their nations like personal bank accounts, refusing any advice that slows down their greed. All y'all gotta do is look. They don't listen to no counsel. They do what they want. They live up in that big house and do what they want and be greedy. And if anybody talks shit to them, they kill them or put them in prison. Pride. You got these mega church pastors who can't be corrected by nobody because they got titles and Bentleys and big old houses and private jets. You can't tell them nothing. Let me go up and talk to T.D. Jakes and give him some good counsel and tell him and show him how he can help the people. He gonna look at me like I'm nothing. You ain't got no $5,000 suit. You ain't got no car. You ain't got no Bentley. You ain't got nothing. How you a man of God? These are people today, family. You got these other activists. They start out humble, right? These grassroots movements. They start out humble, but then they get a little media attention. They get a little clout, and suddenly act like they birthed the civil rights movement. Now you can't tell them nothing. Now they think they all that in a bag of chips. Sit down, Negro. You still a man. Then you got the politicians who only follow advice if it comes with a fact check. All they want is money. Money, money, money. Our people are strutting around with fragile egos. You tell them, brother, you can run this better. And they ready to cuss you out like you insulted their mama. That's why movements collapse, family. No humility to listen. No spirit to shift gears. Proverbs 12:5 or 15 says, the way of a fool is right in his own eyes, but he that hearkeneth unto counsel is wise. Moses was wise enough to listen. Today, we got a world full of fools, and it shows. That's why the nations laugh at our black asses every day, because these are the people who are speaking for us. These fools. Verse 25 and 26 here. Moses immediately appointed able men. And guess what? The system worked. The little problems got solved locally, and only the heavy matters rose up to him. Efficient, peaceful, sustainable. That one adjustment gave the whole nation order. But modern Negroes today, they too busy hoarding power to create systems. They act like sharing leadership is betrayal. Pastors keep everything centralized, so they have the only voice. Presidents monopolize power till coups overthrow them. Community leaders cling to titles but won't mentor the next generation. Moses ain't hoard the spotlight, family. He empowered others. Today's leaders today, they obsessed with being the only one on stage. That's the difference. Moses' humility empowers the people. Modern leaders, pride enslaves the people. Matthew 23:11 and 12. But he that is greatest among you shall be your servant. And whoever shall exalt himself shall be abased. And he that shall humble himself shall be exalted. Leaders today exalt themselves every damn day with Instagram posts, expensive suits, political lies. And that's why their little empires always crash. All praises. And the final verse. Finally, after setting order, Moses let Jethro go back to his land. Notice two things, family. Moses didn't turn Jethro into a permanent consultant. He got advice, applied it, and kept it moving. Moses didn't get all mopey when Jethro left. He didn't cling to him like, don't leave me, man. I can't do this without you. Nope. He grew from the lesson and carried on. Modern leaders can't do this. They either ignore wise advice and keep repeating the same damn mistakes, or they cling to outside voices so much that they make idols out of consultants, money, or power brokers. Example, African leaders who worship the IMF or World Bank like they can't breathe without them. Churches who turn pastors into idols you can't question. Politicians who can't do a thing unless their handlers approve. Look around, Negroes. The humility balance is gone. Moses absorbed wisdom. stood strong and kept rolling. So let's set Moses against the modern so-called leaders in plain talk. So Moses listened to advice. Modern leaders, ego too big to admit they need advice. Moses spread power to capable men. Leaders today hoard power, create cults of personality. Y'all remember the song, Cult of Personality? Remember that song? Moses taught the laws of Yah as the foundation of leadership. The leaders today teach capitalism, nationalism, or prosperity hustle instead. Moses walked in humility. Leaders today drown in pride. You see the difference, family? Moses lasted. His system lasted. His legacy lasted. These modern clowns today burnt out, assassinated, exposed, or collapsed into corruption because pride always kills. So Israel, section 5 wraps up Exodus 18 with one core lesson. Humility sustains leadership. Pride destroys it. Moses' greatness wasn't just splitting seas. It was listening, adjusting, empowering. That's the kind of leadership our people need worldwide in 2025. But we drowning under false messiahs, attention-starved influencers, and greedy wolves. Until we raise up leaders with Moses' humility and people willing to shoulder the load, we gonna keep circling the wilderness. Family, Exodus 18 is done. From Jethro showing up to Moses humbling down. This whole chapter is about survival through order, humility, and shared responsibility. Now I'll throw this up for y'all for reflection. Are we, as scattered Israel in 2025, are we ready to organize ourselves like Moses did? Or are we still too prideful, too dependent, too disorganized to make it? And with that, I end my session. My sermon. All praises and great glory to the Most High Yah. Thank you guys for bearing me. I have dentures now. I'm just letting you know. That's why I talk weird now. I got dentures. The Most High gave me new teeth. So I'm still learning to talk with them. These are only temporaries. I get my permanent ones in, let's say, 2 months or so. And then it'll be better talking. It won't be as bulky in my mouth. But I persevere. I'm still gonna do sermons even with this shit in my mouth. Because I love Yah. And I love giving you guys this word. And I'm not gonna use that as an excuse to not do this anymore. So I pray you understood what I talked about today. We need to humble down, family. Let go of the pride. Spread the wealth. I'm giving you my wealth. All this knowledge that the Most High is giving me, I'm giving to you. Now it's your job to go and spread what I said once you have learned it and applied it in your life and spread it to somebody else in your clique, in your circle, and so on and so forth. Let this knowledge spread like a wildfire. I'm teaching you all the secrets of the Bible, the symbolism, all of that stuff. I'm showing you what the Most High has hid away from everybody. And as we continue to run down this book, I'm going to continue to show you the secrets that the Most High is revealing. I'm giving you the keys to the kingdom, family. Are you going to take it? Or are you going to push my hand away? That's a question you must answer yourself. So I pray you guys have a good rest of your day. Good evening, night, since my Sabbath is officially over. I pray it was great for you guys. I pray you guys have a good week in the name of Yah. Don't allow these heathens out there to drain you out or burn you down. Continue to stay prayed up, because family is only going to get worse from here on out. Continue to stay under the covering of the Most High Yah. Because things are going to get very bad real soon. So until next time, family, y'all willing, I'll be back next week to do Exodus 19. So until next time, family, I love you. Stay safe. Be blessed. And y'all love you. So love him. Peace.
But who may abide the day of his coming? And who shall stand when he appeareth? For he is like a refiner's fire. Through the flames of tribulation, walking through this purification. Every trial makes us stronger, every test makes us wonder no longer. 7 times through the furnace, like gold we emerging with purpose. Breaking chains of false doctrine, finding truth in ancient wisdom. What don't break us makes us pure. Every wound becomes a cure. Every tear a precious stone. Every scar leads us home. Refiner's fire, burning away the dross, making us pure. Whatever the cost. Refiner's fire, separating gold from clay, till we reflect His image day by day. Strip away that Christian teaching, burn away that Sunday preaching, melt down every pagan idol till we standing like our tribal. Nations mock us while we burning, but the flame just keeps us learning who we are and why we chosen, breaking chains that kept us frozen. Through the heat of persecution, finding perfect resolution. In the laws we kept forsaken, now our spirits finally waking. The third shall come through the fire, be refined as silver is refined, tested as gold is tested. They shall call on his name, and he will answer. Every trial got a purpose, every pain makes us more perfect. Babylon can't break our spirit, truth so loud we gotta hear it. Watch the dross rise to the surface, skimming off what ain't our purpose, till we shine like ancient mirrors, reflecting light to all our hearers. Each degree of he revealing parts of us that need some healing, till we stand like pure gold gleaming, kingdom children finally beaming. Let it burn, let it purify, let it teach us who we are inside. Refiner's fire, burning away the dross, making us pure. Whatever the cost. Refiner's fire, separating gold from clay, till we reflect His image day by day. The silver ain't pure on first melt, gotta burn till the master's eyes see himself. 7 times through the flame we go, till every spot and wrinkle has to go. When the process finally over, standing strong like soldiers sober, ready for the king's inspection, showing forth his true reflection. Every trial had its reason, every test marked its season. Now we understand the burning, why the flame kept on turning. Look at what the fire made us, how the heat has now displayed us. Royal priesthood, holy nation, standing firm in our salvation. And I will bring the third part through the fire, and we'll refine them as silver is refined, and we'll try them as gold is tried. They shall call on my name, and I will hear them. I will say, this is my people. And they shall say, Yah is my